I gained so much from Monique Valcour's workshop. She is such an expert on the content of someone's narrative. So she's got this wonderful deep content knowledge, and she herself is such a personable presenter, compelling presenter, that it's a wonderful combination. I just sat there just eating it all up. So to me, those were the two real wonderful strengths. So one big insight I gained is how the power of someone's narrative is so important. And from the case studies she shares, it's so easy to really understand if someone works on figuring out how they make this shift to go from either feeling like the victim to feeling like they understand their strengths, whatever it is, you can really do it. And she makes it very, very understandable, either if you're working with someone as a coach or as a client. So, very powerful. My overall impression of Monique's workshop is that it's very, very worthwhile. I hate to make it sound so simple, but she has this way of taking very good concepts of one's narrative, of one understanding one's story, and making it very practical and very usable for people in an organization, individuals who want to make a change. She's just so good at taking her content and bringing it to you and giving you tools to play with, work through, discover for yourself.
So my impression of Monique's workshop was it was very powerful. One of the things I really liked was when she brought in her own story about how she had changed from being a professor in academia to working with clients. That was very powerful. And as well, just talking about the four parts of making a career very sustainable really made a big impression on me. I think one of the big takeaways for me was when working with clients, how do you ask more powerful questions and how do you stay with their story to help them figure out what's next for them? I think one of the insights for me was just kind of to stay with what's on the client's mind rather than me leading with questions and having the conversation go a certain way. So it was helpful for to hear how she will coach someone and just really stay with their story and follow that through.
My feedback from Monique's workshop is that it's very impressive. Three things that I found it to be impressive and different from a lot of other similar sessions I've had is one is the authenticity that she brings to the table because of her research background. And the other thing is, I found her to be extremely practitioner oriented because of the coaching experience she's had. And the third thing is, most importantly, her style. It was very free flowing and very informative, easily usable for listeners when they go back to work. The biggest insight that I gained from Monique's workshop was that when you want to help people unleash themselves and get over this I'm stuck here stage, the most important thing is to work with their mindset. And that's not just being able to articulate what they want, which is the first step, but also get them committed to some changes in terms of behaviors, attitudes, and how they're going to view the world differently when they have to make this change in preparation for that. My impression of Monique's workshop is very powerful, based on a lot of research theory. At the same time, it has a lot of practical elements that practitioners can go out and make use of. So it's a very user friendly approach.
What I really appreciated about Monique's workshop was the fact that she has a platform that is easy to engage with individuals. So questions, reflection points, opportunities for people to make it immediately useful for themselves. And the simplicity of coaching often is the beauty in it, and they're not big complicated questions or big complicated frameworks. They're simply ways to get people to see their own personal situation differently and more clearly. In terms of insight, I really simply appreciated how quickly she was able to glean through, again, simple questions to help people to be more clear in terms of what they might like and to maybe open up and release some of the old stories that aren't serving them any longer. So.